Hi, this is Terry Stevenson of the Builderall team, and in this training video, we're going to learn how to create a thank you page. We're going to customize a contact form and add a share image to our Sweet Zone website in Cheetah. Now, one thing I wanted to point out before we get into the meat of this particular training video is how easy it is to add your pages and duplicate pages if you already have them built. Keep in mind, we're looking at the Sweet Zone, our original Sweet Zone website that we've already customized here in Cheetah. And you can tell it's got the buttons customized, and we have our customizable footer and header on our published website page. And this is the original, what I'm calling the Sweet Zone 1 website. Now, if you take a look, I want to show you what I did because I want to demonstrate to you another feature available in the Cheetah Builder. I went through the pages, these 4 pages, and I removed the header and footer on the About, Services, and Contact page. And you can see that when we click on the live site, you'll see it has no header and it has no footer. Here I am back on the website overview for that original Sweet Zone website. And the reason I wanted to point this out is that we're talking about global elements now. The About Us page is standing as a headerless and a footerless page, as well as the services and the contact page. But what we can do is I can come in here and go to the settings, and we'll come down here to our settings at the bottom where we can look at our header settings. And now I can choose the header setting for that global, that SZ global header number 1, and set it right here on the page setting. Now, we haven't created a mobile header yet, but we can do that in the next training video. And we're going to also do the same thing for our footer settings. We're going to select that SZ, that original global footer, assign it to this page. So now we can save the page and let's republish it. So we'll republish. Now let's go to the About Us page and see if it picked up that global header or footer. Remember, we're going to have to refresh our browser. So we'll go to the website page, but it brought in our header and our footer. And that's the power of using these global elements. Now, why did I want to bring this up? Because we're working on the Sweet Zone 2 website now. This is the web page that we built from the blank pages. Rather than go through each one of these pages and rebuild them the way we did in the blank page portions in the last 3 videos and build it panel by panel, I want to demonstrate for you how easy it is to use existing pages that you've already built and pull them into another website. And the way we can do that is we can create a new page. Let's create a new page, and we're going to call this About. And let's call this About the Sweet Zone 2. Of course, it will fill in all of the appropriate information like a complete description, the integration key or tag reference, any scripts as well. But let's come down here to the page template section. Now here we can choose that blank page option that we did when we created the home page. But this time, let's choose from My Pages. Since we already have a page built on the Sweet Zone 1 website, we move down here, select which site template you want to copy the page from. So we're going to choose from our drop-down menu and find the Sweet Zone. There's the Sweet Zone. Here it is, the Sweet Zone. So we'll pull that in. And next, select the page you want to use as a template. So we'll click here and we're going to choose the about. And of course, we'll put in our keywords, our meta tags, all of that good stuff. And while we're here, it's part of this training video. So let's choose our share image. Our share image recommended size is a 1200 by 628 pixel size. And that's the optimum size to load into your digital file repository. I'm just going to choose the one we've been using, so I'll choose here. And since this is the Sweet Zone 2, I think we used this image for the Sweet Zone 1. Let's use a different share image. Let's just choose the ice cream scoops. So that'll be our share image. And keep in mind, you'll want to optimize that perfectly for your site. So we're going to save it. And now we have a share image. That's how easy it is to add a share image to your page. You can also do that on the website overview page just by clicking on that share image that appears on the card. So let's save this now. And you can see we have our share image there. And what do I mean by clicking on the image? Here we don't have our share image yet. Let's go ahead and add that same share image. You'd probably want to add different ones, but we'll use the same one to keep it consistent for right now. We're going to click here and we're going to add that share image to that page. So now we have an about page. Let's do the same thing and add our services page. So we're going to create a new page. We'll name it services. Put a title in there so we know we're working on services for the Sweet Zone 2. And of course, we'll fill in our integration key, description, tag reference. Let's come down here and we'll choose our page. Let's go from my page and again, select that Sweet Zone website. There it is, the Sweet Zone. And we'll choose the services page. So we've got the services page in there. We can choose the rest of our settings. Let's go ahead and add that share image and save it. And of course, we'll save our page. There's our next page. We still have a contact page to make. So let's create a new page and we'll name it contact. Give it a title, a description, add our integration key, tag references, but let's move down here and choose My Pages again. This time we'll find the Sweet Zone website and we'll choose that contact page. Let's add our share image and we'll save our page. That's how easy it is to add our pages when we're pulling them in from a page that we've already created. Isn't that awesome? Now, let's take a look at this contact page. And you can see that it doesn't have a header or footer on it yet. So now we're going to configure and customize how we're going to get this contact message to whoever needs to receive it. We're going to configure the settings for this contact form. And the way we do that, we're going to select the form. You can set the fields here, and that means, and it brings up a card where this is where we're going to customize these fields, what happens, and who gets the message when a visitor submits a contact form. In the email receiver field, you're going to want to put whoever is going to receive this. So, for example, if we're talking about the Sweet Zone 2 website here, we might have something like an email address for the administrator of this website. It could be, this is going to be a professional email, so you're going to want to set up your professional email, and this email receiver is the email that your contact is sending this message to. it really doesn't matter who you're directing this email to, but it's always nice to have a very professional email. Even if you have this email, admin@sweetzone.com, set up as your professional email, you can then set that email up to forward to multiple email receivers if you like. For now, we're going to assume that any of the contact submissions coming in from our Sweet Zone website is being directed to the administrator of the website, and that email is admin@sweetzone.com. In the subject line, I always fill this out with some kind of identifier that lets me know what website and what context this contact is coming in, because I'm going to be getting these. If I'm the administrator, I'm going to be getting these messages into my email account, and I want to have something that's going to alert me where this is coming from, so I have the context. I generally use something like the name of the website and then just say what form it's coming from. For example, the Sweet Zone contact form. Now, the redirect URL after submission is where you want this visitor to be redirected to once they've submitted their message. And there's many things, you can choose to do however you like. It's always nice to go to a professional thank you page rather than just getting a success message. So that's what we're going to do in this training video. We're going to redirect it to the thank you page that we're going to build here in a minute. But you really don't have to. You could also redirect it to the home page, redirect it to an offer page, wherever you want to redirect your visitor to once they submit that contact form. We'll come back and we'll set this to the thank you page after we create it here in a moment. The next field is message sent successful. And this is just a quick message that flashes up on the screen, and it just a brief message. And if you want to put in a required message, is required, we'll come back and reset it to redirect to the thank you page. But we have a success message saying, thank you for reaching out. Your message has been sent and will be reviewed soon. And if somebody tries to send the message without filling in a required field, we're going to say this field is required. Now let's move to the next tab, the fields. Here is where you can have a chance to alter these fields and configure it exactly the way you want. You can have a first name, a last name, an email field here. We also have the subject line and the message. So we're going to leave this as is, but if you want to customize this and alter this in any way, you can. And make sure you set this email up properly though. This is where your message is going to be directed. And if you don't have that set up properly with the right person's email, you're not going to get the messages. We don't want that. So let's save this. That means our contact form is appropriately set up now. So, of course, the rest of our page is customized to the Sweet Zone, which means I've customized all of these texts and addresses. But once that's done, we can save it and we'll go ahead and publish it. So that's how you set up your contact form to receive those messages that are coming in when a visitor lands on this page and sends you a message. Now let's go back and let's create that thank you page. So we'll go back to the home page of the website on the overview page, and we're going to create a new page, because we still don't have that thank you page. Create a new page. We're going to call this a thank you. We'll make the title, Thank You for Contacting the Sweet Zone. It's always a great idea to have some SEO advantage in that title. So don't forget that. And then we'll come down here and go to, let's just use a blank page on this one. So we'll just use a blank page. We don't have a template for a thank you page. So let's go back and use our blank page. We'll go ahead and use the same share image. We'll save it. Here's our thank you page. So let's edit it now. Now here we have a blank panel. So let's add a panel. We'll look for a thank you page. There's a thank you page. We can pull in any one of these thank you pages. Let's pull in this one. It's kind of pretty. And we'll change the headline. Now, of course, you don't have to use a template like this, but why not? And having a video on it with a personal message is a great way to really create that personalized contact with your clients. And it doesn't have to be long. It could be something as short as saying, hey, it's Terry here, the owner of the Sweet Zone, and I just really want to say thanks for getting in touch. I'll be in touch with you soon. Something like that can go a long way with really impressing any visitors leaving a message on your site. So consider it. If not, if you want to remove it, you can just easily just remove that element from this page. The point being is you want a thank you page for somebody to send somebody to that's personal. This is an excellent place where you can also offer other opportunities to engage with your potential clients. For example, with the Sweet Zone, you might want to here on this button. Let's right click it and bring that up. And let's say let's go to the headline. We'll open it up and change that. And next step, access your product. Let's just change that to, here's a Sweet Zone coupon for you. And maybe make this font a little larger. Maybe we'll even change it to a color just to make sure it can be seen. Let's change it to something wild like that. How's that? And make it bold. Anyway, you can get lots of creative ideas about when somebody lands on a thank you page. That's another opportunity to keep them in this journey through your website. What do you want them to do? Well, we want to give them some coupons so they come into our business. Do we want to direct them to a free webinar? Whatever it is, this is a great opportunity on your thank you page to make that offer. Once you get that thank you page all set, let's go ahead and save it. And we'll go ahead and publish it. Let's go back to our contact page. Remember, we have to set that action on our contact form to be directed to the thank you page now. So we'll select it. We're going to go to those fields. And here's the redirect after submit. Now, what is that? Let's go pick up that link. That redirect link is going to be the address of the thank you page. So we're going to go to the published link of the thank you page. Click on this 3 dots. Let's go to the live website page. Here's our thank you page. And up here in our browser window, we're going to make sure we copy that entire link. Make sure you get that HTTPS in there. We're going to copy that. Now let's go back to our contact form. We have the link on our clipboard. We're going to select the contact form and go to set fields. We're going to paste that link right in there and save it. So now our visitor, once they submit a message to us, they're going to be redirected to that thank you page. So we're going to save and let's publish it. Now let's go to the home page and the website overview page. So we have our thank you page, we have our about page, we have our services and our contact page. We've configured our contact page. The only thing we haven't done is we haven't added those header and footers on the Sweet Zone 2 website. And that's really easy now. We can click on our page settings, and on each page, we'll come down here, and on our desktop, we can choose our Sweet Zone 2 global header. And once we make our mobile header, we can do that as well. We'll do that in the next video. And then we're going to also come down to the footer settings and choose our SZ2 global footer. Let's save that. We'll do that for our services page. Go to the settings. We'll set our header and our footer and save it. Let's do that for our contact page. Go to settings, scroll down, find the header, and choose our global header for SZ2, and choose the SZ2 global footer and save it. Now let's go to the thank you page, check the settings, choose the header and the footer, and now we'll save it. Now we've saved a lot of changes here at the global level, so what are we going to do? We're going to republish. Let's check and see if it picked up our thank you page edits and added the footer and the header to it. So we're going to go to the website page, and yes, there we see our header and our footer. And that's how easy it is to create a thank you page, configure your contact form, and add share images to all of these pages we're making in our Sweet Zone 2 website. This is Terry Stevenson of the Builderall team, and I'll see you in the next video.